them are just Excel files. So you download the Excel file and put the data in it. Anyways, this is related to traffic safety. Okay, it's chapter 6 in the textbook. Which textbook? I don't know. Okay. So as per 2020, we have approximately like more than 1 million deaths because of road crashes. Okay, we haven't got the new data yet. So because of this huge number, the United Nations decided that it will become part of their sustainable development plan. Okay, so they have sustainable development plan, they have goals, and one of the goals is that the traffic crashes should be reduced by at least half worldwide. 2020. It is not achieved, but how much did they achieve? It is not published yet. Okay. Road traffic crashes can cost 3% or more of the total product of the country. Now we are talking about the entire country. You can imagine how much is it? I guess trillions. The damage because of traffic accidents is in more than trillions, like quadrillions or something. Okay, whatever you can think. Because when you say 3% of total product, some of the countries have product in billions, right? Okay, and billions and so on and so forth. So you can imagine how much is it. And this is worldwide. This is worldwide. We are not talking about one country. There are more than how many countries in the world? Only. Your world is so small. Okay. More than half of all the road deaths are among pedestrians, cyclists, and motorcyclists. So they are not actually people in the vehicles. They are the other road users. Okay. 93% of the fatalities meaning that they happen in low and middle income countries. Okay. Although they have only 60% of the vehicles. So 60% causing 93% crashes. Okay. So having more vehicles doesn't always mean more crashes. This is what they are saying. Okay, road traffic injuries are leading cause of death among young people. Okay, some of you are still in this category, right? I'm out of it. Alhamdulillah, right? So you need to worry. Some statistics from Bahrain about different governorates. They publish it every year. Okay. This is according to governorate and according to injuries, what type of injuries they have. Okay, serious injury or something. Okay, so you can see where is it? Slight injury is the highest, then this one is very high as well. Fatalities are low, but obviously fatality means one death. So even one death is a concern. Okay, so you have 5, 29, 19, 10, and these are old numbers. Okay, what is the scope of safety for transportation engineers? Our main aim is to provide mobility for all, transportation services for all. Okay, this is a global aim for traffic engineers, that everybody should have options to go from one place to the other. Okay, in doing that, you have to maintain safety. Okay, so yes, we have a road which you can cross, but you did not provide any facility for the pedestrian to cross. The space is there, so he can move, but it's not safe. Okay, so you have to fulfill your mission, but at the same time you have to fulfill your mandate as well. Like mandate is thing you have to keep. Okay, mission is something you have to achieve, but to achieve that I have to keep this thing in mind as well. Okay. So what are the areas included in road safety? First thing is roadside clearance analysis. Roadside should be clear and safe. Okay, so the objects which we put on the side of the road, guardrail, sidewalk, you cannot just put anything. You have to make them safe. Okay, construction work, you cannot allow construction work to go however they want. Okay, there are standards to follow. Work zone safety, again, related to that. Horizontal curve advisory speeds. So the speeds as horizontal curves, you need to design them properly, and then you have to make sure the driver knows about those speeds and so on. Okay, road safety audits. We will talk about these things during the slides. Okay, but some of these things we have already talked about them. Okay, we may have covered them in the highway course. We talked about work zone here. Okay, obviously it's related to more related to construction. The second item is more related to the construction. When you have gone to the site visits, right? They do the safety briefing for you. Okay, so this is more related to there. Okay, and if you were there, right, in the seminar yesterday.
Yes.
She was talking about it. It's more related to construction quality and safety and management. This one we covered here in the traffic course and the highway course. We talked about the radius of the curve and speed and so on. Okay, then these things will be covered in these slides. Road safety audits, conflict analysis, hazardous locations, countermeasure, and analysis of countermeasures. Okay, so we have discussed the first of those items, which is a road safety audit. What is an audit? She mentioned it yesterday, right? What is an audit?
To check about the process.
Yeah, to check something is as per the standard or not. That is an audit. Okay. So road safety audit means that you are evaluating the road, checking the road. Okay. And it is done by an independent team. So they are not part of the same guys who constructed the road. So it's different from the audit we do in construction or something. Companies do audits as well. Universities have audits. Okay, so audit generally means it is done independently. Someone who is from outside, who is an expert, but he is not part of the same company, not part of the same organization. Okay, so it's a formal evaluation. It can be done for new road or an existing road. Some road which we just built now, or some road which is old. Okay. It is used in these countries extensively now. I think it happens in Bahrain as well. And we don't do it for specific segments or intersections. We do it for the whole road then. Audits are not done for small segments. Okay? They are done for the whole roads. I already mentioned they should be done by external and independent people. It's a proactive approach. It's not reactive. Okay? Reactive approach is what? Accidents are happening, too many accidents are happening. So you go to the site and see what was the reason and that. But you are doing it after the accident, right? After the accident. This is what? Proactive, before the accident. You guys attended the workshop there, right? With the road safety. What is the name? Yeah, crash mapping. No, the crash mapping. What's the name of the system? You forgot. What was the purpose of going there? I'll tell Dr. Rashid. Yes. Very good. It's called an IRAP. Yeah. One day he will be a big boss in a company. Okay, so don't laugh at him. These are types of people who go very far. Not people like you. Okay, anyways. Okay, so anyways. So that IRAP system, so they have a ranking system for the road. It's similar to this one. Okay, they have a ranking system for the road. They go onto the road and they find things which are not good for the safety. Okay, whether the accidents are happening there or not, it's a matter of chance. They are not happening now, but maybe after 2 years you will have accidents. But you can already see that the reasons, right? They don't have a guardrail, they have a very steep slope. All these things are there. They will result in accidents. Okay, so an audit or a road assessment program will result in a proactive approach. You identify the problem with the road before the accidents. Okay, so that's why we call it a proactive approach. Okay, so it is more useful for the new sites, because for the new sites you don't have the data yet. We just opened the road 2 days ago, so there are no crashes. so more useful. Yes, you can do it for the existing sites as well. Yes, it's open. But for the existing sites, you already have the crash data. Okay, and when they were giving the first workshop, it was in June or July, I forgot now. So I asked the guy, who was the guy from Croatia? What's his name? Huh? I tell them, don't ask any student to come there. Forget everything. Huh? Yeah, obviously, this big bag, you will have everything. Okay? But I told this guy that if you have a site which has a problem, but there are no crashes, so then what's the use of this program or audit and something? So he said yes, then it is related to traffic flow. The people see the problem and they are taking care of it. Like they are going, you see that the road is dangerous. There's a very sharp curve and so on. So what they will do, they will go slowly. They will take extra care. They will switch on the hazard lights and so on. Okay. So road has a problem. The road has a problem. It should be corrected. Okay. But the accidents are not happening because of the people. They are taking more care. Why they are taking more care? Because of the problem. Okay. So anyways, so for the existing sites, you may take the help from the data of the accidents as well. Now we don't need it. We don't. Okay. Yeah. So you can identify errors and problems which are potential, which may happen in future. You can identify them in advance. Okay. So we, during road safety audit, we try to see the effect of road safety on these things. Okay, or the effect of these things on road safety, the relationship between them. Capacity of the road, meaning design of the road. Right of way, meaning the space. Okay. Environmental issues, issue with the weather, lighting, objects around the road, and things which are not on the road. Political interests. Okay. Constraints of budget, constraint of the type of area you have, and so on and so forth. Okay, so these things can be identified or their effect can be seen on safety during a road safety audit. So for example, this IRAP program is due to political interest. Okay, like the people thought, the ministers or the high ranking people, that yes, we should have this program in Bahrain as well. Okay, so this is political interest. A road safety audit has 8 steps, which you can see here. There are 2 teams or 2 partners involved in road safety audit. One is the owner of the project. He may hire a consultant as well. She mentioned this in the seminar yesterday, right? The owner can hire a consultant to do his job. Okay, you look after the project. Okay, so that will be the design, the consultant. And the team who will do the audit. So the owner, and he may be represented by the consultant, and then you have the team who will do the audit. Okay, so these are 2 partners in this process. The first, you can see the 8 steps, and you can see who is involved here. We'll be talking about these 8 steps. So first thing is identify the sites on which you want to do the audit. Okay, you have a big road network which is the whole country and thousands of kilometers. You cannot do a road safety audit for all of them. Okay, so you have to identify the sites. For road safety audit, it could be an existing site, it could be a new site. Okay, it could be a site which is in the pre-construction phase. So they already planned to do something in future, but they did not start the work yet. So it can be any of these sites. Okay, a road safety site can be any of these sites on which construction has just finished, construction has not started, or it's an old site on which you don't plan to do anything. Okay, any of these sites can be selected. What are the factors which will make you select a site? These are some of the factors mentioned here. For example, complex road design. The road design is complex. It has not happened in Bahrain before, for example. Okay. So again, you were there in the site visit we had to the Musatin. Okay, you were there as well, right? You didn't? You missed. So They were talking about the bridge which they are going to build, the stray bridge. You are designing that, right? Mm. So, thank God you didn't forget that. So, that's a new type of bridge which is not in Bahrain. Okay. So, when it will be built, it's a site on which audit should be done, because you don't know what is going to happen. It's a complicated design. Okay. And the design which we had at the Al Fateh Highway with the U-turn. Okay. That elevated U-turn is not used anywhere else in Bahrain. Okay. So, a road safety audit could be done for such sites. Existing sites which have safety issues, then it's obvious, right? A site has too many accidents, should be audited, should be the problem investigated. Or high profile projects which are high profile. Airport, road to the airport. Okay. Al Fateh Highway itself is a high profile project. Okay. Because of the places where it is going. Okay. So, a high profile project which is going to important areas and places. So, you can look at these factors in the selection of the site. Okay. If you are doing, if you are selecting sites in the post-construction phase, then you may look at these things. For example, construction has just finished and still you see too many accidents in a small period. Obviously, it's a problem, right? There's a problem now. You have to investigate it. High profile projects are there. Sites where traffic characteristics are expected to change because of your construction. Okay, so you made some changes on the site, you made some new project, or you increase the number of lanes, you build an extra bridge or whatever. Now it is expected to change the traffic pattern of the highway. Then with the new pattern, you may do the audit. Selection of the team. Which team? The audit team. Who will select it? Okay, who will select the sites first of all? Who is selecting the site? I said there are two partners, right? There are two partners. The owner will do this, right? And who will do this? Who will do this? Selecting the team for audit. Who will do this? Also the owner. There's no team yet, right? Okay, from where he will select the team? He can select the team from other agencies, okay, and other administrations which are not part of the area. Okay, so maybe, for example, if you want to do it for Bahrain, maybe you hire some people who are working in Ministry of Transportation in Saudi Arabia or UAE or something. Okay, so they are working in the same area, but in the same field, but some other area. Okay, or people who have not worked on this project. So as a consultant, but not the same consultant who worked on this project. It's a contractor, but not the same contractor who worked on this project. Okay, so someone who is not related to the project. The team can consist of 3 to 10 members. Okay. So now in your senior design project, how many you can be? 3. We took the number from here. Okay. So when I took the number, then I put -10. Okay. This 10 was not there earlier. When they picked the number, then I put that. Okay. Half of the team should be purely technical guys, engineers, transportation, traffic engineers, people like me. Nobody hires me. Okay. And then other people can be from the law agencies, okay, people who are involved in fire and rescue emergency services, okay, people who are involved in social groups, for example, okay, like there are clubs, right? Clubs for running and cycling, and these type of clubs are there. You don't know. Huh? Club for horse riding, something like this.
Clubs for football.
Clubs for football. Okay. So you hire people from there. Okay. So they will see that we can play football there or not.
It's a crazy to see them.
Yes. Yes. Okay. So can you name some organizations from where we can pick people from in Bahrain? If I have to do a road safety audit, which organizations you feel can give me suitable names in Bahrain? Yes.
The ministry.
Ministry. Which ministry?
Transportation.
Ministry of Transportation. Okay. Ministry of Works. Yes. Anything comes from here? Who's that? Huh?
Morur.
Murur, huh? The traffic police. Okay. Who else? Who else? Huh? Yes. See? Good man. That's why I'm praying he goes somewhere big, huh? He's the only one who remembers my name. Yes, from the university as well. From the university. Those people came, that guy came from a university, right? So that as well. Okay, anybody else? It's mentioned here. You're missing something. Mentioned here.
Expert engineers.
Yes, he already took my name. Who else? Who else is mentioned here? Pedestrian advocates. These are people who are involved in these, they have these sort of clubs and organizations who work for the benefit of the pedestrians and bicyclists. Okay? They have like the Ironman event that happens every year. It's related to, cycling and walking. Okay, so there's an organization behind it. Okay? So those people. Anything else? Who does this?
Madani.
Huh?
Madani.
Yeah. Okay, the Civil Defense Force. Okay, the Madani, right? So you will pick people from these. Okay, you will make sure that they are not part of the project. Okay, then now they start kicking each other, right? Football. Okay, a kickoff meeting is the first meeting you do to initiate the process. That is called a kickoff meeting. Okay, don't kick anyone. Okay, so in the kickoff meeting, the owner will provide the data. And road means owner of the road is the government, right? So they will give the data. What data they will give? Any drawings which they have for the road, construction drawing, as-built drawing, whatever. Aerial image, satellite images, okay? So satellite images can give you more data. And the objects around the road, the current condition of the road, the elevations and these things. Any previous accident data. We will talk about these diagrams later on. But this means any previous accident data in the form of sketches. So these diagrams help you to see how the accidents happened. Okay? So then the accident data. These last two items are accident data. So in the meeting they will assign roles. Who will do what? Okay, who will take the minutes of the meeting? This will be everyone, right? This will be everyone, right? Taking photographs. Okay. So you will assign roles. Okay. These are two important roles, and then you can assign others as well. Some of this data may have to be taken to the site to cross-check. Okay, the maps and these things, they may have to be taken to the site. Now we have, you don't have to have it in printed form. You can just take it in a tablet or a laptop. Okay, so this can be done. You may need, obviously, you need safety equipment on the field. When you're going to the field, you need safety equipment, the helmet and the jacket and everything. You may be doing some studies, short studies. Okay, so take counters with you, speed measuring radars, or stopwatch, pencil, paper, these type of things. So some short studies could be a part of it. So you have to plan it. Okay, so in the kickoff meeting, you plan what type of studies we will do and when will you go and what we will do. Then you go to the site and you do the review now. This is the field job. Okay, now who is doing this?
Team.
The team. Okay, and who was doing this? Both. This is the first meeting, right? So they have to meet for the first time, all of them. Okay, so this is both. So the team will go to the site. They will observe the site. Okay, by walking through it. Okay, walking through doesn't mean they have to walk. Yes, they will walk as well. If there are any pedestrian facilities, they will walk through them. Okay, but walking through means they will drive as well. Okay, and drive in different conditions, different light conditions, different directions. Okay, if there are different modes available, they may try it as well. If there's a bus stop, okay, they may take a trip on the bus as well. Okay, so use it in different ways when they are, and obviously it will involve standing and observing as well. So they will drive, walk through different times and modes, okay, and they will take pictures, okay, mark things on the map, okay. So all these things will be done. Yes, one thing which they do, they can use a checklist, which is also mentioned here as the prompt list, okay. So what are the safety elements of the road? And then they bring this checklist to the highway. In the review, they check which item is available and which item is missing, okay. So a checklist will help them to not miss anything, okay. Otherwise, what may happen, okay, was there a light pole there? Oh, we forgot to see, okay. So a checklist will make sure that during the review they don't miss anything, something like this, okay. It's not the full checklist, but it gives you some of the items which you can see. Then we have the analysis and reporting after the field review. They have the results now, observations with them. They come and they start preparing their analysis and report, okay. Now who is doing it? The team, okay, the audit team, okay. It should be done as soon as the review has finished, so that you have everything in your mind fresh, okay, you don't miss anything. And it should be done combinedly, okay. It's not like, okay, you do this, so they meet after 10 days and they say, okay, this is my observation, this is my analysis. No, they have to sit together, okay. So like a workshop, you will sit together and they will see and they will discuss, okay. What are the things they have to discuss? The items which they have seen on the road. What is the chance that this item can cause a crash? First thing they have to look at, okay. So they say, okay, we saw a problem with the light, we saw a problem with the barrier, we saw a problem with the pavement, okay. So each of these problems, what is the chance that this problem can cause a crash? This is called as a likelihood, chance, probability of a crash, okay. So for every item, they will rate it according to the chance of a crash, likelihood of a crash, okay. Second thing they have to look for is the severity of the crash, okay. This thing will cause a crash, but will it be a severe crash? A very serious crash. For example, there's a pothole in the pavement, okay. This can cause a crash, but will it cause a serious crash? Maybe not, okay. There's a problem with the guardrail, okay. It's pointed, it's broken, it's pointed towards the road. Will it cause a crash? Okay, yes. Will it cause a serious crash? Yes, okay. So two things, they will rate two things, okay. The chance of the crash and the severity of the crash. For every problem they have identified on the road, okay. And each of these, they have explained it here, okay. So when they say something has a very high chance of a crash, high means how much high? 5 or more crashes per year is considered very high, okay. And less than 1 is considered, well, less than 1 in 5 years considered obviously very low, okay. And severity means what? That high severity means death. So will the crash involve a death? Then very high severity. Will it have serious injury? Will it have any injury not serious? Okay. Or will it have just damage to the car? Okay. So they are rating these things and the explanation is given here. Okay. So which of these problems will cause this much crashes? Their judgment, their opinion. Okay. And the other one